Welcome back to the channel. It's day 6 of the Python programming challenge and I am excited. Today we will be talking about datetime. If you're wondering how you can get today's date, year, and how you can perform arithmetic operations with date and time in Python, this is the video to see. So subscribe, like, and leave a comment and see the screen. Welcome to day 6 of programming. I'm excited. It's almost a week that we started our 100 days of programming. So today I will be talking about datetime, how you can work with date and time using datetime. The datetime model in Python provides classes for manipulating date and time, and it is commonly used when you want to get the current date and time, you want to format date, or you want to find the differences between dates and many more. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you some examples of how you can use datetime. So the first thing that you want to do is to import the datetime model before you can use it. You have to import it first. So when we run this, we have imported the datetime model. This is how it is written, datetime, and you import it into your Jupyter notebook. Now, the one we would have to do now is to get the current date and time. So what is today's date and time? Date of time of when I'm currently filming, which is now. So this you import datetime, and then we'll add our variable name, which is current datetime, and then datetime.datetime.now. We want to get the datetime for now, so we add it there. And then when we run this, we should get the 9th of the 10th of September. So it is year, month, and date, and it is currently 1:33 p.m. So this is how you get the current date time using datetime class now. So using now method, you get the current date and time. But what if you just want to get the date? You don't want to get the time. You need just today's date. So you use the today's method. So still the same, datetime dot date, because we just want the date. Here we use datetime dot datetime. We want the date and the time. But datetime dot date, we only need the date dot today. And then when we run this, we should get the date as the 10th of September 2024. So now we're able to get the dates, we're able to get the date and the time. So what if you just want to extract parts, like you just need the year, or you just need the month, or you just need the date? It is possible to extract specific time, a specific period from your date time. Let me show you how you can do that. So this is the simple method. So if you just want to extract the year, you just want to extract the month, or you just want to extract the date. So you see we have our variable, which is current date. We have date time equals to date dot today, which is similar to what we had today, and they're getting the current date. And then we have year. We want to get the current year, current date, the variable that we called year, dot year, because we want to get the year from this. And then we want to get the month dot month, and we want to get the date dot day, and then we'll print it out. So if I run this, you would have the year is 2024. So it is using this variable that we call datetime.date.today to get the year, the month, and then the date. And when we print it out, you see we have our year is 2024, the month is September, and the date is 10th of September. So when you're working with time, you can use the time class from the date model. Now we want to get just the time. Here we got the date and the time. We've gotten just the date. We're able to extract the year, the month, and the date. And now we want to get the time. This is how we'll get the time. So you see current time equals to datetime.datetime.now, which is what we used here, datetime.datetime.now. But now we just want the time. So we'll add dot time to the end of it. You do not need to memorize the models or function. You can just get it readily online. To get just the time is datetime.datetime.now.time. And then when we run this, we get the exact time that we have now, which is it's currently 1:42 p.m. and 23.832 seconds. You see, from using to the datetime, then now we're able to get the date and we're able to get the time. And we're able to get just the date by using dots today. We're able to get the year, the month, and the day, and then we're able to get just the time. So now if you want to create like custom dates, you can create your own date time or date object by specifying the year, the month, the date, the hour, the milliseconds, whatever you want. You can format it the way you want. So now let me show you how you can create custom dates and time. So see, this is my custom date time. So date time, the date time, I want it to be 2024, the 26th of August, and it should be for 2:30 p.m. And then it will print out my custom date time. So date time, it is an empty bracket, but now I'm specifying that this is what I want to create with my date time. So there might be part of code that you're working on and you would like to specify what you want your date time to be. You do not want to use the current date time. This is how you do it. Rather than having like an empty bracket, you specify your year, your month, and date in that bracket, and then you print it out. If you want to do just the date, date time does date. Date time does date is just the date. Date time, the date time you want, the date and the time. And then you specify what you want. And then when I run this, you see we have it. So you can use the current date and time, or you can specify what you want your date time to be. Next, we have the formatting date and time. To format a datetime object into a string, you can use the string to time. So we want to convert our datetime that we got here. We want to convert it into a string. Let me show you how you can do that. So again, we'll get our current datetime, or we can specify our datetime, and then we'll use this method, the string format into time, and then we have our date, month, and year, and then we'll format our current date time, which is this, to a string, and then you will format also our time to the string. So when I run this, we then have the string. You see, it is no longer for going through, doesn't look like what we got here because we have converted it now to a string. So this is not longer a datetime, it is now a string. Then again, if you want to now convert it back from a string to a datetime, it's like doing the exact opposite. So I put it here. So this is my string, and I would like to convert it to datetime. And then when I run this, you see it is back to datetime. You can see the difference that this is a string and this is a datetime object. Then next step is the time delta. The time delta class allows you to perform date and time arithmetics. Like you want to add 2 days together, you want to add minutes and days and hours and seconds, whatever you would like to add together. By performing the time data arithmetic, you can also do that. So you see, for example, we want to add 5 days to our current date. So again, datetime does date dot today, and then we would like to add 5 days to it. So our new date is then equals to the current date, which is today, and then the date time dot time delta. So time delta class allows you to perform arithmetics. So we have to include our time delta class. And then what arithmetic do we want to perform? We want to add 5 days to today's date. So we're adding this to our current date. So today is the 10th of September. Adding 5 days would be the 15th of September. And then if we want to subtract 2 hours from the time, still the same method, we'll use the subtraction sign, and then date time dot time delta, and then specify what we would like to add. Subtract hours equals to 2. So we're subtracting 2 from the current date time. You see, this is what we've been using since the beginning for getting the current time, and this is what we've been using to get the current date. And then when I run it, we'll see that the days after 5 days is the 15th of September. And then we're subtracting 2 hours from the current hour. Now it's currently 1:47. Subtracting 2 hours, we get 11:47. So we're able to like get the current date, time, month, year, and the rest. We're able to like specify the date that we would like to get. That's what we did here, our custom date and time. And we're able to like convert our date time object into a string. We're able to also convert the string back into the date time object. We're able to perform date arithmetics using the time delta. And then we're able to also get the difference between two dates. Let me show you how you can get the difference between two dates. So date one, well, this one we're having custom date and time. You can also use the noun date if that is what you want to do. And then the date time, this, and then the difference, date two subtracted by day one. And then when we see that the difference is 10 days. We can also perform this using the time delta if you want, but it can also be done by just using the subtraction sign. So there you have it. This is like the simplest ways for you to use the date time model. There are other ways you can use it, and it's helpful when you're writing codes that you need to keep track of the date, the time, or you need to set custom date when you want stuff to run, and etc. So these are practice questions for you to try out. And as always, the Jupyter notebook will be available in my GitHub, link in the description. That's it for this video. Do not forget to like, to subscribe, to share, and to leave a comment. And the link to the notebook that we worked on is available in my GitHub. Link is in the description. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you tomorrow.